Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's NGX midday update. If you're just joining the channel, I do this about 12 noon, but the video goes out by 12:30, which is the exact midpoint of trading on the NGX. Trading starts at 10 a.m. West African time and ends at 2:30 p.m. West African time. So 12:30 at noon is the midpoint. What do we have so far? The all share index is up 0.12%. The index measures the average performance of stocks on the exchange. So let's look at the bigger picture of what's happening in terms of gainers, losers, and most actively traded stocks by volume and value. On the gaining side of things, what do we have? Infinity Trust up 10%. Guinness Nigeria up 10%. Will it close there? We'll check that in a bit. And then you have Micure up 9.95%. Micure is in the pharma space. Let's flip to the losing end of things. Better Glass down 10%. Total Energy is down 10%. Triple G down 10%. In some ways, it seems like a photocopy of yesterday, because this is what we had at this time yesterday. Transpower down 10%, and Geregu also in the power generating space down 10%. In terms of value, Aradel trading large value, 662 million naira worth of Aradel shares traded so far. Let's switch to volume. In terms of volume, NSL Tech, a company in the betting space, the lottery space, trading 9.6 million shares so far. So it seems like today seems to be a fairly sluggish day in terms of volumes traded. I mean, if you look at the volumes you have, the major volumes you have, this is 9, 10, 14, 18, 23. That's what, probably 24, 25 million shares traded so far in terms of large volume. So let's look at some individual plays, starting with the premium side of things. What do we have with MTN? 414.9 bid and 415 offered. So that's a spread of 10 kobo. Rather narrow bands. That's not my thing if I'm a trader. And let's see Seplat. Seplat has its capital markets day coming up in a bit, and I'll be covering that as well. You might as well follow on Twitter, get the gist there. So what do we have? 5390. That's essentially 5,400 bid and 5,603 shares offered. You have more offers than bids. 23,000 shares being bid, 114,000 shares offered. So that's for Seplat. Let's see WAPCO and Zenith. WAPCO 123.15 bid, 125 offered. You have, it's almost band for band, as the youngins say, in terms of bids and offers. 901,000 shares being bid for WAPCO, and you have 1.1 million shares offered. So let's look at Zenith Bank. They are just Adeogun Bank. What do we have? 4.2 million shares bid, 9 million shares offered. In terms of spread is tiny as a 10 kobo spread. 66.35 being bid, 66.45 being offered. So let's go look at the broader equity space. Is there anything interesting happening here? Lots of red, but I don't see anything significant out of usual in terms of the reds. What do we have? Nothing much. Some of the usual plays, mostly in the red. GT Core in the green, Keja Hotel in the red, Japol in the green. I mean, there's not much happening yet. It's early days yet. 2 o'clock sometimes is when the action starts to heat up. Even if you don't have the time to follow midday trading updates, you want to be glued to your screen by 2 p.m. I beg your pardon, 2 p.m. West African time, 30 minutes to market close. That is when the action tends to happen. But it looks like a fairly mundane regular day. Nestle 1,024.9 bid, 1825 offer. That's a spread of 10 kobo. That is a really tiny spread for Nestle. I mean, let's see Okomu. Is there anything happening? Okomu is one of the few stocks that closes flat because you don't have 100k blocked rates. Interesting. 918 bid, 930 shares offer, or 930 price are being offered. So that's a spread of 12. It will be interesting to see if the 918 bids go. Because like I've always mentioned in some of the previous videos I've done, for stocks like this, if you get in at say 900, 918, if slash when this stock pops to 1,000, 1,002, you can exit. That gives you some good what 10, 15% in terms of price movement. Presco, what do we have with Presco? It's only fair if you go through Okomu, you go through Presco. 1395 bid, 1395.5 offer. That's a spread of 50 but that's a rather tiny spread. So let's see Regency Alliance Insurance. Let's see what it's doing. I was expecting that the stock would break above its 52-week high, but it appears profit taking is happening there. What do we have? Reference price 1.63, bid price 1.67, offer price 1.7. Okay, you have large bids. 8.7 million shares being bid, 1.9 million shares being offered. That's huge, really. The disparity is huge. That tells you very likely that you'd have the stock. Possible if you have enough block trades, the stock could easily close at 1 naira and 75 kobo. Sovereign Trust Insurance, what do we have? Let's pretty much see. 2.92 bids and 3.03 offers. Bid offer spread, a big differential. You have more offers than bids, so the bidders may have the upper hand in terms of things. Let's see Total Nigeria. A rather woeful set of results so far. This year seems to be an annus horribilis for this stock, this downstream player. Of course, I'm not surprised nobody wants to buy it, but why would you buy a company that's likely to end the year in losses? So it's not surprising you have 576 being bid. I dare say it's possible if you bid lower than that, probably you could get it at 575 or even 570 a share. But I don't see the prospects for this firm this year. So that's pretty much about it. We take UACN and then we'll call it a day for this video till end of market. 69.1 bid, 70 offered, 1.5 million shares being bid, 477,000 shares offered. So it's definitely going to see more 70s trades happening in that angle. Is there anything else we need to see? I think I'm pretty much done so far. I'm getting ready to join the Seplat call at 2:30 West African time. Let's hear what they have to say and all that. So thank you for joining. Have yourselves a good rest of the day. See you at 8 p.m. West African time when the daily market summary video will be up.